Hey everybody, what's up? Madman here, and well, this is something a little different. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing I guess you can kind of technically classify this as a prediction video. But as some of you may know, as well as also from the photo right here, that we're going to be talking about Far Cry 6. Now, obviously there's been leaks on social media. The first site I actually saw this on was Twitter about Far Cry 6, obviously. So, coming up soon, actually on the 11th and the 12th, is Ubisoft's moving forward, or whatever they want to call it. But basically, it's just kind of like their reveal about like what games and other future projects are coming out. But one that has caught my eye, as well as the only one that's leaked out so far, is Far Cry 6. Now, here are some predictions what I feel about Far Cry 6, because, well, right now, the location for it, I'm putting my money down on either Puerto Rico or Cuba. Now, I do remember on the Facebook boards, because when I was talking this on there, someone said this might take place in China because of the Chinese letters, but I just said, and the reason why I'm thinking this is taking somewhere else besides China is for two reasons. One, maybe the Chinese market was the first market that got the artwork and it somehow leaked online. And also, two, I don't think China could really deal with a game kind of showing a revolution. That I'm pretty sure the government would probably be like, would not allow that game there. But the reason why I say this is going to take place in Cuba or Puerto Rico is actually under the photo right here. Let me just try and there we go. No, I'm not drunk, ladies and gentlemen. It's just trying to do it under the webcam and everything is not easy. But yes, right here under this photo, there's a flag there. Now, it kind of resembles that of a Puerto Rican flag or a Cuban flag. And plus, since in the photo, you can clearly see palm trees. So obviously, it's a warm climate. So yeah, that's why my guess is it's going to be either in Puerto Rico or Cuba. The next thing about this game that's really going to be awesome about Far Cry 6 is just the fact that the actor from Breaking Bad, Once Upon a Time, and so many other great projects, Mr. Let me just wait till this queues up. I apologize 100% for the mispronunciation of this person's name. Giancarlo Esposito. Again, I apologize if I completely butcher the pronunciation, but if you guys know me personally from watching my other videos, then you know my pronunciation skills are absolutely atrocious. But anyway, so obviously this actor we've seen before on, like I mentioned, Breaking Bad, Once Upon a Time, The Mandalorian, as well as also Payday 2. So obviously this person's not scared of playing an actor in pretty much any media format, to be honest. Not to mention he has no problem playing the villain. I mean, actually, well, except in Once Upon a Time, kind of a villain. I mean, he was a genie in that one, but not too bad. A lot of other stuff, though. But then again, I haven't seen all of his filmography, so yeah. But either way, I'm looking forward to this because his performances in video games as well as other works where he's playing a villain, he's just always top on. It's just like every time you see him, it's like you don't want to say anything or do anything just watching this because you're afraid it's going to set something off or set off some other chain of reactions. But honestly, I'm looking forward to this because, I mean, throughout Far Cry history, there's been really every single one of the villains in the Far Cry franchise have been amazing. Of course, I'm speaking about my history from Far Cry is Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4, Far Cry Primal, and so on down the line. I did try to play the first Far Cry games, but I don't want to say I got bored, but it just kind of didn't take on too well. But the villain in that one, I guess you could say that scientist was kind of, from my history of seeing it as how much I've seen of him, he's kind of cut out. Not exactly wooden, but, you know. But either way, but let's face it, ever since Voss introduced us, which also there's been rumors circulating that Voss will be in Far Cry 6. I don't know how, especially since we know how that ended. But Voss kind of set the bar high. And then we had Pagan Min from Far Cry 4, which, don't get me wrong, he was all right, but he was not Voss. Not to mention also, they were trying to really capture the Joker in some ways. I mean, he even had the purple suit. And, okay, Far Cry 5, though, which is still one of my favorite Far Cry games of all time. I mean, the Seed family, all of them did an amazing job. Their backstories, the acting, all of it, or should I say the writing. But then again, the motion capture cast kind of also. I mean, come on, everybody did an amazing job. Far Cry New Dawn, I'm not going to lie, the villains there, I kind of liked them. They were all right. Definitely better than Pagan Min, I can say that much. Far Cry Primal, I gotta admit, the two warring tribes were also really cool, the Undam and the Azilias. So, yeah, so I'm definitely, ever since Far Cry 3, I'm not, every single Far Cry game I've definitely enjoyed. So I have no fear that Far Cry 6 is going to be awesome. Not to mention, it's going to be taking place in, possibly, oh yeah, might as well explain my theory for Cuba or Puerto Rico. The reason why I'm also putting a little bit more faith that it's going to be Cuba is that in Far Cry 4, the arms dealer, the man who pretty much quotes the Bible and then uses a gun, he, I forgot his name. I really should have used that part, but oh well. But we all know him. He was very much a character. But he at the end of the game, he kind of said how he was going to, like, leave the region and go somewhere else to sell more of his weapons. And he mentioned several locations. I believe he mentioned Africa. I'm trying to remember. I think he mentioned Africa, which could be a reference to Far Cry 2. And then he also mentioned Cuba by name. So that's why I'm saying it's going to be Cuba. Because, I mean, he mentioned by name. Not to mention a lot of times when Ubisoft and I still remember in Assassin's Creed 4 when one of the like little files you could find in the game mentioned like several different time periods, and later on they would be made into games. So I feel like Ubisoft pretty much lays like little Easter eggs and little secrets among their other games. So that's why I'm putting my money on Cuba on this one. I mean, I could be way fucking off, but like I said, this is just a prediction. This is just my history from playing Far Cry games. But either way, we got just by looking at the artwork, we got the Fires of Revolution going, and I have a feeling we're going to be caught in the middle of it. Who our character is going to be? I don't have a fucking clue, because I want to say we're in modern times, because in the little teaser trailer we received with the character, or at least the second clips I've seen on the internet so far, I see him lighting a cigar, but the lighter is like this box that like looks a little way too modern or futuristic. But who knows? Maybe we're in a pseudo-historical world. I mean, for God's sakes, in Far Cry 5, depending on the ending you choose, by the way, spoiler alert, the whole country gets nuked. So obviously that didn't happen yet. I hope not. But who knows? Maybe this is a pseudo-historical world where maybe the blockade got dropped before everything in the events in Far Cry 5 happened, but who knows? Maybe it takes place in the future. Maybe it's a pseudo-historical past. I don't know. Either way, Far Cry 6 is definitely going to be an awesome game, and I'm looking forward to it. I do hope it has some of the elements of Far Cry New Dawn that they had, like, the mechanics, like how there's, like, different levels of enemies. You can always, redo all the outposts and stuff. Honestly, I like that. I know a lot of people felt differently about the Far Cry 5 New Dawn game, but honestly, I enjoyed it. But yeah, this game is going to be really cool. And if this takes place in Cuba, then obviously AK-47s are going to be a weapon. But I got a feeling, all the standard issue weapons that we played throughout the Far Cry franchise are going to be there. The only question I don't know how to answer or approach is what level are we going to get that's going to be so just memorable. I mean, in Far Cry 3, we had a level where we burned down a pot farm with a flamethrower where a dubstep song was playing. Let's face it, that level is forever ingrained in our heads, and it's just fucking awesome. So who knows? But either way, hopefully I do also remember reading on Twitter that Far Cry 6 will have a free digital upgrade, like meaning if you bought it, which means that this obviously going to be released on the PS4, but also will also be released on the PS5. So that's cool. I do like how some games are doing it. Like, oh, you bought the game on the previous system? We'll give you a digital upgrade for free. I know some game companies are probably going to do that, but oh well. But I'll say this, though. Far Cry 6 is going to be fucking awesome. I'm looking forward to it, Ubisoft. All right, guys. That's it. I just want to put out a prediction video about the location and well, I wanted to get it out before the actual, reveal and we get the full information. I know I should have done this earlier, but I had a busy day. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I'm looking forward to Far Cry 6.